Hi fans of high quality entertainment, I'm back! I'm waiting for the applause. Yeah, it was actually nice to have a few days off. It feels like 2 weeks, but I think it was just maybe 10 days or so. And after 18 years of constantly uploading videos almost every day, I needed a break. And so thank you, as always, for the kind words and about my chronic pain. It's still working on it, but hopefully it will be improving soon. I thought it was about time I did another, it's usually a top 10 favorite bands or best bands list, but this time I'm going to do, at the moment, for this year, 2024, my 12 favorite, not necessarily best, just my personal favorite 12 bands. And there's some new ones and some of the old ones, of course, as usual. And so you can't squeeze all your favorite bands in a top 12 list. I don't know if you've realized that or not, but a lot of bands that I love that are not in my top 12 list include Nectar, the great prog band, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Where are their albums? I have 2 of them. I don't know. I've got them somewhere here. And I absolutely love both of them, but I've only really listened to 2 of their albums, so I almost had them in my top 12 list, but I might wait another few months until I get more of their, what is it, like 55 studio albums, or it seems like. But I'm definitely going to be buying more King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. And then just so many great bands I love. The Doors, the Monkees, the Residents, Black Sabbath, Wings. Now, I always include Wings with Paul McCartney, with his solo. I just put it all together. The Who, Queen, the Mothers of Invention, same thing. I put that with Frank Zappa, so it's kind of like a solo thing. Creedence Clearwater Revival, Captain Beefheart and the Magic Band. I consider Captain Beefheart, even though we always had a band, I consider him a solo artist. Genesis, Humble Pie, The Guess Who, Canned Heat, Wire, The Undertones, Kraftwerk, The Pretenders, Procol Harum, The Kinks, Blind Faith, The Beach Boys, King Crimson, Steppenwolf. And there's other ones, But this is, right now, my top 12. So here we go. I might as well get 1 and 2 out of the way, because most people know, unless you haven't been watching my videos, and shame on you. Number 1, no, it will. Seriously, I don't care if the greatest band in the universe crashes to Earth. The Beatles are always going to be number 1. Unlike Glenn Calloway from the Basement. What's going on with that guy? Yeah. And number 2, I always, with Sparks, I always kind of, especially in recent years, I think of them as a duo. It's like, well, is Sparks a band? But yeah, they are a band, because when they tour, they have band members. They have a great band behind them, so they are a band, and they're always going to be my second favorite band. I don't know why I'm getting angry. Yeah, one thing people do ask me if they want to check out Sparks, I said, what album should I start with? And I always say, Kimono My House would be a great start, or if you like synth music, synth rock music, Number 1 in Heaven. But this is a 3 CD set, but you can just get the 2 CD. It is called Past Tense, The Best of Sparks. works. And it is basically their whole career, starting with Computer Girl from, I think, 1967 or 1968. Good way to start. Okay, so 1 and 2 are out of the way, and now I'll start from 12 to 3. And I almost wasn't going to rank these because, you know, sometimes these rankings get a little silly. It's like, you know, 2 bands. It's like I love them both the same. But it's just, you know, for high quality entertainment purposes. So number 12 at the moment, I love all of their studio albums except for the final one, which a lot of, even this band doesn't consider one of their albums. I love The Clash. And this is probably my favorite of their albums, Sandinista. The only one I don't have is Cut the Crap, the album I was talking about. Not really considered officially a Clash album. It's not in their giant box set sound system that I have. So, The Clash at number 12. This is a band I've just gotten into in the past, I guess in the past year, but it's been very slow buying their albums because a lot of them are kind of expensive to get. If anybody out there has some of these albums by this band that I don't have, let me know. Just send them my way. Thank you. I am a huge, huge fan of Ween. The first album I ever heard in a CD exchange was Quebec. I ran to the store. I didn't run to the store. I ordered it on Amazon and bought it. Loved this. And then it took a while, but I finally got the pod. And the very first time I played this, it was completely different than Quebec. And I seriously hated it. And I put it back in my CD collection, and it sat there for, I would say, at least 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks. And then I guess one night I was a bit bored. I thought, oh, I'll play this crappy album again. And I liked it a lot. And then the third time I played it, I loved it and wanted to marry it. So yeah, the pod. And then after that, I got Pure Gava. Guess what? The first time I played it, I knew what I was expecting with the pod, but I still hated this. Possibly even more than the first time I listened to the pod. But guess what? That's right. I loved it on the second listen. It's weird, right? Maybe I'm weird. So yeah, I'm hoping to get more Ween. That doesn't sound right. All right. Yeah, here's the King Gizzard albums I have. I love them both, basically the same. This one, Flying Microtonal, Flying Microtonal Banana, and Paper Mache Dream Balloon, which, if I had to choose, I think this would be my favorite, but they are both excellent. I'm going to get more King Gizzard in my life. Where are we? Oh, all right, number 10. Now this band has slipped down a little bit, and I guess when I really think about it, it's because I absolutely love about the first half of their career. And then the second half of their career is good. Some of it's very good, but altogether, they weren't always consistent. But the early stuff I love. So, number 10 is Grand Funk Railroad. I interviewed Mark Farner on this channel just over a year ago. I bet you didn't know that. I hardly ever mention it. Okay. Number 9. This is a band I've always really respected and liked a lot, but probably about a year ago I just kind of became obsessed with them. I got all of their early albums, and I do want to get more of the later ones. And this band could actually slowly creep up in the ranking. It's the Moody Blues. I love the Moody Blues. Yeah, I don't have the debut album with Go Now, but the next 7 I have, and I would like to get more for sure. Okay. Number 8. I hardly ever, think of them being in my top 10 list, but when I sit down, like I am now, and I really think about it, it's just, they have so many great songs that I love. Maybe album-wise, they're not one of my favorite bands, except for, a few choice albums. But just song-wise, they're one of the greats. So I had to include the Rolling Stones. I had to. Number 7. This is a band I have just gotten into, I guess, probably in the last 3-4 months or so. And it's thanks to Glenn Kellaway from the Basement. He had one of their albums, and he just could not get into it, man. Not that he, disliked it, but he just didn't like it enough. So he lent it to me, and I loved it. And so I became a big, big, big fan of this band. I have 5 of their albums so far, and I'm going to be buying more of them. The first one I heard, and the band is called Can. This is the first one I ever heard, Tego Mego. It's a double album. Some of it is real, probably the straight, there's especially, is it Peking or Peking O? Where the lead singer, he just goes absolutely crazy, just wacky, man. And I love it. But there's some crazy stuff on this, but there's also just superb music. And, some of it is pretty experimental. It's not for everybody. But especially the first disc of the 2 discs, great music. Their drummer is one of the best drummers I've ever heard. I really like his drumming. So it was Tego Mego, and then after that I bought Future Days, which, if I have to make a choice, at the moment would be my favorite Can album. I think this is a masterpiece. It could even be, well, it would be in my top 50 albums of all time. And then I got the singles, all of their singles, which is excellent. And then these 2 I just very recently got, so I've only listened to them both once, and I enjoyed both of them, so I know I'm gonna, love them even more in the future. Soundtracks, and their debut album, Monster Movie. So that's Can at number 7. Now number 6. They could have even, I don't know, Can could have almost been ahead of them because they have more albums, but I haven't heard them yet. But I think in time they might move ahead of this band. That's how much I love Can. But this band only released 4 official albums. There was a 5th one, which I really don't consider one of their albums. And I'm talking about the Velvet Underground. I absolutely love all 4 of the albums with Lou Reed. They're all 10 out of 10s. This would be my favorite of the 4, but like I said, I love all 4 of them. And I'm a huge Lou Reed fan too. Number 5. This is one of the most consistent bands for a really long career. I don't think they've released any, terrible albums. They've released some that are just good, and they've released some that are just very good, but they've released a lot of great albums. And even before they became the band that I love, with this, Stock Forest Group, this is even a great album. And I am talking about Blue Oyster Cult. They've been one of my all-time favorite bands since 1975, and listening to Secret Treaties. I know, they're mainly known for Don't Fear the Reaper, Godzilla, Burning for You, but there's so much more to listen to. And so, I highly recommend you do. Number 3. Yeah, just I don't love all of their albums. Their last 2 albums were just very good. I didn't love them. But the early albums, the one double album, they're at number 4. It is Led Zeppelin. And one of my all-time favorite albums is Physical Graffiti. But I love Led Zeppelin 1, Led Zeppelin 2, Led Zeppelin 3, Led Zeppelin 4. Houses of the Holy is very good, but not, like I said, one of my favorites. And Presence and In Through the Outdoor, I really like a lot, but this is one of the greatest albums ever. And my second favorite double album after the Beatles' White Album. All right, number 3. So this is the final one because Sparks are number 2 and the Dave Clark 5 are number 1. It's a joke. Dave Clark 5. I like the Dave Clark 5. I should have said Nickelback. Anyway, number 3, guess who it is? I'll wait, and you try and guess. Very good. It is Yes. Yes. Yeah, I love Yes. With John Anderson. Plus the Drama album is very good. But after John Anderson's left the band with Magnification, I was done. But all of the Yes years with John Anderson, this is my favorite. Tales from Topographic Oceans. But I even love Tornado. Some of their lesser albums. I think the later ones like The Ladder and Magnification and Key Studio are just as good as their earlier albums, or very close to it. Whew, so that's it, my top 12. Number 12, The Clash. Number 11, Ween. Number 10, Grand Funk Railroad. Number 9, The Moody Blues. Number 8, The Rolling Stones. Number 7, Can. Number 6, Velvet Underground. Number 5, Blue Oyster Cult. Number 4, Led Zeppelin. Number 3, Yes. Number 2, Sparks. And number 1, Nickelback. Yeah, the Beatles. So that is it. I would love your thoughts. And seriously, let me know in the comment section below. What are your 12 favorite bands? You don't have to rank them, just list them. But you can rank them if you want. I'll let you. Thank you for watching. It's great to be back. And for anybody still watching, I've got 2 channels. What I plan to do is slow down a bit and just release 1 video on each channel every other day. So I've already done a video for my other channel. It's a reaction to the Apple Music Top 100 albums. So please subscribe to both channels and you'll have a Canadian Studmuffin video every day in your mailbox. Thank you. Bye.